Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English in Advance. I'm Jennifer, your host, and I'm so glad you're here. Have you ever been in the middle of a conversation wanting to say something in English, but found yourself stuck, translating every single word in your head? It's like your brain is running a whole dictionary, right? If that sounds familiar, you're in the right place. Today, we're diving deep into the secret of truly natural English. How to train your brain to think directly in English. This isn't just about speaking faster. It's about unlocking a whole new level of confidence and making English feel like your own. And if you enjoyed our last episode on improving your listening skills, this video will be the perfect next step. So grab a warm drink, settle in, and let's get started. Before we jump in, if you find this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment below with your biggest English learning goal. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss our new lessons. Thinking in English is the ultimate goal for many learners, and for good reason. It's what fluent speakers do effortlessly. This means your thoughts form directly in English without the need for translation. When you achieve this, your responses become quicker, your pronunciation sharpens, and your grammar feels much more natural. It's like switching from manual to automatic. But how do you teach your brain this new habit, especially if you live where English isn't spoken every day? The answer is to create your own English speaking environment inside your mind, no matter where you are. A fantastic way to begin is by simply labeling things around you in English. As you go about your day, consciously think of the English word for objects. For example, when you pick up your cell phone, think cell phone in your mind, not the word from your first language. If you're opening a door, quietly say to yourself, I'm opening the door. While brushing your teeth in the morning, tell yourself, I'm brushing my teeth. Doing these small, consistent actions start to build powerful mental connections directly to the English language. It might feel a bit strange or slow at first, but with steady practice, your brain will quickly get used to forming these thoughts and short sentences in English. Let's try a mini exercise right now. Imagine it's morning and you're just starting your day. Say this silently in your mind with me. I'm getting out of bed. Now continue. I'm walking to the bathroom. Next, think, I'm brushing my teeth. Then perhaps, I need to make coffee. I am pouring water into the kettle. I am sitting down and checking my phone. These are basic, everyday thoughts. When you actively describe them in English, your brain begins to accept English as the natural language for your inner voice. Make this a daily routine, and you'll notice a significant difference in just a few weeks. Another incredibly effective practice is to talk to yourself in English. You can do this silently in your head or even out loud when you're alone. Think of it as having a friendly conversation with yourself. For example, if you're cooking dinner, you could say, okay, let's chop the onions first, then I'll add the garlic. Or if you're feeling a bit tired, you might think, I need a short break. I've been working for almost 3 hours now. These simple sentences are very effective. You are training your inner voice to speak English naturally, which is our main goal. Let's expand on this with another useful exercise. Describing what you see around you in English. When you're out for a walk, mentally narrate your surroundings. You could say, the sun is shining brightly today. The sky is a clear blue. Look, that man is walking his golden retriever. A red car just passed by going pretty fast. If you're on a bus or train, you might think, there are about 15 people on this bus. Or it's moving slowly through downtown. I'm getting off at the next stop near the park. These real-time observations keep your brain fully engaged in English mode. The more you describe your environment using English words and phrases, the more effortless it becomes. Now, for a quick practice, close your eyes for a moment and imagine you are in a kitchen. Start forming thoughts in English about what you're doing. Say in your mind, I'm opening the refrigerator. I see a carton of milk. I take it out. I'm pouring the milk into a glass. I'm drinking it. Ah, the milk is cold and refreshing. Can you feel how your brain naturally starts connecting these thoughts in English? That's exactly the kind of direct thinking we want to develop. Keep doing this type of mental practice every single day. One of the absolute best ways to train your brain to think in English is through repetition and consistency. When you repeatedly use the same sentence structures in various real life situations, your brain starts to remember those patterns. For instance, if you frequently say to yourself, I'm going to the grocery store, your brain becomes deeply familiar with that phrase and its rhythm. Later, it becomes much easier to say, I'm going to the gym, or I'm going to the library, without having to consciously think about the grammar. The main idea is to build a strong mental library of common sentence forms. The more you use them actively, the faster and more instinctively they will come to your mind. Think about your personal daily routine. What phrases or questions do you use most often in your native language? Make an effort to learn the English equivalents of those expressions and use them internally every day. Simple thoughts like, what time is it? Zrania, where's my cell phone? Zrania, I'm feeling hungry. I really need to finish this task, or let's go out for dinner. These are small but incredibly useful thoughts that should ideally live in your mind in English. Try practicing them every morning as soon as you wake up. Just start saying to yourself in English, I feel a little sleepy. I need to take a shower. Today, I have a lot to do. Then, as you have breakfast, continue thinking in English. When you begin your day with English thoughts, your mind tends to stay tuned to the language for hours afterward. Now, here's another effective way to keep your brain in English. Use imaginary conversations. This might sound a little bit funny at first, but it's a remarkably powerful technique. You simply imagine you are talking to someone in English, even if you are completely alone. For example, picture yourself meeting a new person. In your mind, start the conversation. Hi, my name is Sarah. It's nice to meet you. Then imagine their reply. Nice to meet you too, Sarah. I'm John. And you continue. So, John, where are you from? I'm from California. And you? This mental dialogue not only builds your conversation skills, but also actively pushes your brain to form complete English thoughts without switching to your native language. You can practice this anytime you're by yourself, while walking, waiting in a line at the store, or even relaxing in bed at night. Think of different everyday scenarios: ordering food at a restaurant, asking for directions, having a casual chat with a friend, and try to play out these conversations in your mind, all in English. It's like rehearsing for real-life interactions, and it significantly boosts both your thinking and speaking fluency. Let's try a practice right now. Imagine you're at a coffee shop in Seattle. Think to yourself, I would like a large latte, please. Then imagine the barista asks, would you like sugar or any flavors? You reply, no, thank you, just a little bit of cinnamon powder. Then they say, all right, that'll be $5. Anything else for you? You say, no, that's all, thanks so much. Practicing these common daily interactions in your mind daily will prepare you for real conversations and keep your brain actively working in English. Another very practical approach is to use English when you're making decisions. For instance, when choosing what to wear in the morning, ask yourself, should I wear the blue shirt or the white one today? When you're at the grocery store, think, is this too expensive? Or, do I really need this item right now? Actively use English in your thoughts as you work through problems or make choices. Gradually, your inner dialogue for these decisions should shift from your native language to English. This process might be slow initially, but over time, you'll find yourself expressing your choices and even your emotions naturally in English. Now, let's do a practice exercise focused on decision making. Imagine you are planning out your evening. Say to yourself, first, I will go to the gym for an hour, then I will work on my presentation for work. After that, I'll probably order some takeout for dinner. In the evening, I think I'll call my friend Emily. Do you notice how clear and direct these thoughts are? You're planning in English, meaning your brain is fully operating in the language. Try doing this kind of exercise every day, even for small decisions like planning what to cook or which TV show to watch. Using English apps and digital tools can also be incredibly helpful. Take a moment to change the language settings on your phone, computer, or social media accounts to English. This simple step forces your brain to recognize and understand words like settings, notifications, messages, search, and profile every single time you use your device. Your brain is constantly exposed to English in a very practical way. Over time, this passive exposure becomes a powerful part of your subconscious learning. Let's take a quick moment to practice inner thinking while using your phone. Imagine you pick up your phone. Say to yourself, I'm checking my notifications. Oh, I have 2 new messages from my sister, Maria. I'll reply to those later. Let me quickly check the news headlines. Nothing too important today. These brief routine thoughts become remarkably powerful learning opportunities when done consistently. If you make this a daily habit, thinking in English will soon become second nature, something you do without even trying. One powerful tool that many learners overlook is storytelling. When you tell yourself short, simple stories in English, you make your brain create a sequence of events, a beginning, a middle, and an end, using only English vocabulary and grammar. This is a fantastic way to build your natural grammar skills, improve fluency, and practice thinking in a structured way. You can make the stories as straightforward as you like. For example, imagine a typical day in the life of a college student named Alex. Say in your mind, Alex woke up a little late this morning. He rushed to get ready for his first class. He almost missed his bus, but he made it just in time. He was tired, but he smiled when he saw his friends at the campus coffee shop. These short, simple narratives help you stay connected to English in a creative and engaging way. Let's try creating another short, simple story together. Imagine a young woman named Emily. Now say, Emily loves animals, especially cats. One rainy afternoon, she found a small, lost kitten outside her apartment building. It looked cold and hungry. She carefully picked it up and brought it inside. She gave it some warm milk and a soft blanket. The kitten immediately felt safe and cozy. Emily decided to keep it and named it Whiskers. Now, every day, Whiskers follows Emily everywhere she goes in the house. This type of story trains your brain to think smoothly and naturally in English. You don't need complex vocabulary. Just focus on describing real situations with simple language. Make it a habit to tell yourself a new short story daily in your mind. Over time, these little stories will become a powerful way for your brain to build and reinforce its English fluency. Another excellent technique is using memory recall, but with an English twist. This means thinking back on your day, but you do it entirely in English. Before you go to sleep each night, try to mentally replay your entire day in English. Think, I woke up at 7 this morning. Then I made a cup of coffee. I took a quick shower. I had an important meeting at 10 o'clock. Later, I went for lunch with my friend David. I came home in the afternoon and watched a fun movie. This exercise not only helps your brain actively practice English, but also significantly improves your ability to structure sentences and recall vocabulary naturally. It essentially becomes like keeping a mental diary, and it's all in English. Let's do a memory recall exercise together right now. Close your eyes for a moment and think about what you did this morning. Now, say in your mind, I got out of bed. I looked at my phone. I replied to a few messages. I brushed my teeth. I drank a glass of water. I had breakfast with eggs and toast. I listened to some music while getting ready. I left home around 9:30. Notice how each sentence is simple, but your brain is actively working and forming these thoughts in English. This consistent practice will gradually change your thinking patterns and greatly speed up your English fluency. Another helpful habit is describing your feelings and emotions in English. Emotions are a huge part of our daily lives, and being able to think about them directly in English helps you express yourself more authentically and fully. If you're feeling a bit nervous before an important event, say in your mind, I feel a little nervous. I have a big job interview today. If you're feeling happy, think, I'm feeling really good today. It was such a nice day at the park. If you're tired, you might think, I need to rest. My body feels so heavy after a long day. Connecting your personal feelings and emotions to English vocabulary helps you become fluent in a very personal and expressive way. Let's try a quick practice together. Think about how you are feeling right this moment. Now, say in your mind, I'm feeling calm and relaxed. I'm focused on learning something new. Or perhaps you might think, I'm a little tired, but I'm still eager to keep practicing. These thoughts might seem minor, but they create real and meaningful progress over time. If you make it a habit to do this exercise each evening, identifying and describing your feelings in English, you will definitely see a major improvement in your ability to think in the language. Finally, and most importantly, don't worry about making mistakes while you're thinking in English. Your inner thoughts are completely private, and it is perfectly okay to make errors there. The ultimate goal is fluency and comfortable communication, not immediate perfection. When your brain feels comfortable forming thoughts in English without the fear of judgment, you will naturally start to feel much more confident when you speak aloud. Just keep thinking in English as often as you possibly can. Think while you're eating, walking, cooking, waiting in line, relaxing, or doing chores. Every moment can be a valuable opportunity to train your mind. Even short 5-minute sessions of dedicated English thinking throughout your day can add up to huge changes in your fluency and overall confidence. One of the best ways to truly make thinking in English a regular habit is to set small, achievable daily goals. Just like remembering to brush your teeth or drink enough water, train your mind to expect a dedicated moment of English thinking every single day. For instance, you could decide that during your breakfast time, you will only think in English about your food or your plans. Or while you're walking to work, you'll mentally describe everything you see around you in English. These specific habits may seem very simple, but when you intentionally link English thinking to a fixed part of your daily schedule, it becomes an automatic, effortless routine. Let's say your personal goal is to think in English during your dinner. While you're eating, you can say in your mind, I made some delicious pasta and meatballs tonight. It smells so good. I'm using a fork to eat this. I'm watching my favorite show while I'm eating. It might not feel completely natural in the very beginning, but consistency is key. Your brain thrives on patterns and repetition. The more you repeat this kind of internal routine, the faster your brain will learn to respond directly in English without needing to translate from your native language first. Now, here's another incredibly useful technique: mentally answering simple daily questions in English. Every day, ask yourself questions like, what did I do today? What will I do tomorrow? How am I feeling right now? What do I need to buy at the store? These are very ordinary questions, but when you make the effort to answer them in English in your mind, they actively strengthen your mental fluency and quick thinking. Let's try a full cycle of this. Ask yourself, what did I do today? Now, quickly think of your answer. I went to work. I finished my important tasks. I talked to my manager, Mr. Smith. Then I bought some groceries. Now ask yourself, what will I do tomorrow? Think, I will clean the apartment. I will call my cousin David. I will go to the farmer's market in the evening. Do you see how naturally your thoughts can flow in English when you focus on these simple real-life topics? This is exactly how you build true natural fluency. A common mistake many English learners make is trying to think in very advanced or overly complicated English sentences. But in daily life, most of our thoughts are actually quite simple and direct. We don't need long formal sentences to talk to ourselves. In fact, simple English is much more useful and realistic for everyday thinking. For instance, instead of trying to say in your head, I am presently in the intricate process of preparing the evening meal, you can simply think, I'm cooking dinner now. It's short, clear, and perfectly reflects how native English speakers genuinely think and speak. To further build your fluency in everyday situations, let's try one more practical exercise. Imagine you are cleaning your living room. Say in your mind, I'm picking up the clothes from the floor. I'm folding the shirts neatly. I'm throwing trash into the bin. I'm wiping down the coffee table. I'm making the sofa look tidy. Now imagine you are preparing for bed. Think, I'm turning off the lights. I'm brushing my teeth. I'm setting the alarm for tomorrow morning. I'm getting into bed. These thoughts are all part of your daily reality. When you actively train your brain to express them in English, fluency becomes an effortless, natural part of who you are. Another super helpful idea is to use a technique called shadowing. Shadowing is when you listen to a short English sentence or phrase and then immediately repeat it, either aloud or silently in your mind. You can do this mentally as well. For example, listen to an English podcast, a YouTube video, or even a short clip from a movie. After each sentence, you can pause the audio for a moment and then repeat the sentence in your head, trying to match the speaker's rhythm and tone. This exercise helps you think faster in English and build much better sentence patterns instinctively. It's like training your mind to run, not just walk, when it comes to English. If you enjoy music or movies, try using short lines or song lyrics as your mental practice. For instance, if you heard a character in a TV show say, "Let's get out of here right now," try repeating that line in your head throughout the day. Think about situations where you might actually use that exact sentence in real life. This mental repetition strengthens your memory for phrases and helps you create deeper emotional connections with the language, making it more personal and memorable. Also, if you enjoy writing, consider keeping a small, informal English journal just for yourself. It doesn't need to be formal or perfectly grammatically correct. Simply write a few sentences each night in English, like, "Today was a very busy day. I worked hard on my projects. I'm feeling a little tired but accomplished. I just want to relax now." After you write, read those sentences again in your mind and imagine yourself actually speaking them. This process trains your mind to think, write, and hear English all at the same time, reinforcing your learning on multiple levels. Before we wrap up, I want to gently remind you that truly thinking in English is not something that happens overnight. It's a continuous process. And just like building any new skill or habit, it takes consistent effort and time to develop. But, and this is important, the more you actively surround yourself with English in your thoughts, your daily actions, your future plans, and even your feelings, the more your brain will naturally begin to accept it as your primary, everyday language. This fundamental mental shift from translating to thinking directly is the true secret to unlocking lasting fluency. It's not simply about memorizing endless grammar rules, it's about building a living, breathing connection with the English language itself. To help you stay motivated and committed to this journey, remind yourself of your English learning goals every single day. Say in your mind, "I want to speak English fluently and confidently. I am working hard on my skills. I am getting better every single day." These positive self talk thoughts create incredible energy and build your confidence. Don't feel bad if your thoughts are slow or choppy at first. Even one correct sentence formed in your mind is a significant victory. With regular and dedicated practice, your thoughts will speed up, your grammar will naturally improve, and your sentences will grow longer and more complex without effort. One day, perhaps sooner than you think, you'll notice that you're thinking, dreaming, and even feeling in English without even having to try. It's a truly amazing feeling. Thank you so much for spending your valuable time learning with me today. I truly hope this video has given you clear, actionable steps on how to train your brain to think in English. If you found this information helpful, please make sure to hit that like button. Share your biggest takeaway in the comments below. I love hearing from you. And definitely subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to click the bell icon so you're always notified when we release our next helpful English learning videos. Your support means the world to us and helps us create even more content for wonderful learners like you. I'm Jennifer, and I'll see you again very soon in the next episode of English in Advance. Until then, keep practicing, keep learning, and most importantly, keep thinking in English. Bye for now.